Hello everyone, welcome back to 1, 2, 3 Read. Before we start our story time, or 1, 2, 3 story time, we're going to sing our hello song. Do you remember the hello song? It's called Bread and Butter, Marmalade and Jam. Remember that? So it goes like this. You tap it out on your lap. Ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quiet as we can. Can you say hello really quietly? Hello. Whisper it. Hello. Good job. Now, what's the opposite of whispering? What's really quiet? What's the opposite of really quiet? Really loud. So say it really loud. Ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as loud as we can. Can you say hello really loud? Hello! Good job. Now, let's see if we can go really slow. Can you say it really slow, like a sloth? Ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as slow as we can. Ready? Hello. Good job. So what's the opposite of slow? Not slow, but fast, right? So let's do that one. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as fast as we can. Ready? Hello. Can you say even faster? Can you say hi really quick? Hi. Good job. So let's see. How about we say it really high, like a high-pitched voice like Mickey Mouse. Can you do that? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as high as we can. Ready? Hello. Hello. Can you say really high? So what's the opposite of high? The opposite of high is low. Okay? So let's say it really low, deep voice. Ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as low as we can. Ready? Hello. Good job. So now let's just say it as nice as we can, okay? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as nice as we can. Hello. Good job. So today for 1, 2, 3 Read, we're going to talk about a holiday that's coming up next week. It's not a very big holiday that we might all do things to celebrate for, but it does help us. It's just a fun holiday to kind of figure out if we're going to have an early spring or a little bit more of winter. Do you know what holiday I'm talking about? It involves a little animal. It's called Groundhog's Day. So what we do on Groundhog's Day is we have a groundhog. Well, there's a lot of different cities that have different little animals or their own groundhog. But there's Puxatawney Phil in Puxatawney, Pennsylvania, and they have him come out of his little den, and if he sees his shadow, then we'll have 6 more weeks of winter. But if he doesn't see his shadow, then we'll have an early spring. So what letter does the word groundhog start with? It makes the g sound. Do you know what letter that is? It's the letter G. So letter G is our letter for today. Let's put that right there. Can you think of any other words that start with the letter G that make the g sound? Let's see. So right now in the winter, we don't see too much of this on the ground because it's kind of brown. Well, you see it on the ground, but it's kind of brown. But what color, or what color of it is actually starts with the letter G too? What do we normally see on the ground outside in the springtime, in the summertime, in the fall even? It's I'm not going to say the color because that's the next G word. It's, what is it? Do you know what it is? Grass. So grass starts with the letter G, grass. And so talking about the color, what color is grass? What color is it usually? Right now it's brown, but what color is it in the summer and the spring and mostly in the fall? It's green, right, green. So we have grass and green. Can you think of any other words that start with the letter G? Let's see. What am I wearing right here? What are these called? These are called your glasses, right? Glasses start with the letter G. So we have grass, green, and glasses. Those all start with the letter G. Good job. So let's start our 1, 2, 3 Read story time about Groundhog's Day. All right, so let's sing our first story song, Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. Are you ready? So you put your arms up like this, and it goes, zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. like to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we... 10 Grouchy Groundhogs by Katherine Healing and Deborah Hembrook. Grouchy groundhogs crowded in their den. They squirmed and they stretched, and then, one grouchy groundhog announced with a shout, "This den is too small. Let me out, out, out." Oops. 9 grubby groundhogs working in their den. They clawed and they dug, and then, one grubby groundhog announced with a shout, "I gotta have a bath. Let me out, out, out." 8 graceful groundhogs dancing in their den. They swooped and they swirled, and then, one graceful groundhog announced with a shout, "Dancing makes me dizzy. Let me out, out, out." 7 gabby groundhogs chatting in their den. They gibbered and they jabbered, and then, one gabby groundhog announced with a shout, "Give me peace and quiet. Let me out, out, out." 6 goofy groundhogs tumbling in their den. They rolled and they romped, and then, one goofy groundhog announced with a shout, "I'm too tired from tumbling. Let me out, out, out." 5 groovy groundhogs singing in their den. They hummed and they strummed, and then, one groovy groundhog announced with a shout, "Hey, I'm a rock star. Let me out, out, out." 4 gobbling groundhogs dining in their den. They chomped and they chewed, and then, one gobbling groundhog announced with a shout, "I have a toothache. Let me out, out, out." 3 glitzy groundhogs grooming in their den. They primped and they puffed, and then, one glitzy groundhog announced with a shout, "Powder makes me sneeze. Achoo! Let me out, out, out." 2 giggly groundhogs running round their den, sliding down the tunnels, and then, one giggly groundhog announced with a shout, "Winter might be over. Let me out, out, out." 1 grumpy groundhog wondered with a pout, "Where are all my friends? Time to go find out." When one grumpy groundhog glanced outside his den, he counted all the groundhogs. Not 1 or 2, but 10. 10 timid groundhogs looked around and then, startled by their shadows, dived back down again. 10 grinning groundhogs, grouchy no more, snug in their den, snore, snore, snore. Good night, groundhogs. So that's the end of 10 grouchy groundhogs. Let's do a little story with our hands called "Where is Groundhog?" So you take your thumb, pretend like it's your little groundhog, and this is a song kind of like the song "Where is Thumbkin?" or it's to the tune of Frere Jacques. So it goes like this: "Where is Groundhog?" You put him on your back. "Where is Groundhog? Here I am, here I am. Shadows on this sunny day, frighten all groundhogs all away. Winter will stay, winter will stay." Then you pick out your thumb again. "Where is Groundhog? Where is Groundhog? Here I am, here I am. My oh my, a cloudy day. I will stay outside to play. Like make them play. Spring is near. Spring is near. Good job. Okay, this magnetic story is called Counting Time, and we're going to count groundhogs. Are you ready? So it goes like this. Counting time, it's counting time. Let's all say a simple rhyme. 10 little groundhogs, here we go. Let's all count them as I put them in rows. Are you ready? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 little groundhogs. Again we go. Now let's count them nice and slow. You want to count them slow with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 little groundhogs in neat rows. Let's count them as away they go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. All right, let's do our second story song called Put Your Hands Up High. Remember how that one goes? You go like this. You put your hands up high. Ready? Put your hands up high. Put your hands down low. Put your hands in the middle and wiggle just so. Put your elbows in the front. Put your elbows in the back. Put your elbows to the side and quack, quack, quack. Good job. Who Will See Their Shadows This Year by Jerry Pallotta. It's February 2nd. The animals are tired of winter. I'm pretty tired of winter too. If a groundhog casts its shadow, it means 6 more weeks of winter. But why should the groundhog always be famous? What about us? Let me try my shadow, says the chicken. Oops, it causes a rainstorm. The polar bear tries its shadow. What do you think the polar bear will do? Its huge shadow causes a blizzard. The camel tries. What do you think the camel will make? Where do camels live? They live in the desert, don't they? Its shadow starts a sandstorm. The dog shows its shadow. What do you think a dog's shadow would do? Bow wow, it gets foggy. Foggy doggy, get it? Maybe that's why. Will the pig's shadow work? Do you think the pig will work? Do you think it'll be spring for the pig? Let's see. Oink, it's a hurricane. When the buffalo shows its shadow, what do you think the buffalo's shadow will do? It sleets. Oh no. The animals are getting frustrated. How can we bring spring? What about the panda? A panda shadow. Do you think a panda shadow will do? Ping, ping, ping. It starts to hail. Try a koala shadow. Do you think the koala can do it? Let's see. Gale force winds, still no spring. Maybe the butterfly shadow works. Maybe butterflies usually come out in the spring, right? Let's see. Hot, sweaty, and muggy. Oh no, that's not spring, that's summer, isn't it? The ring-tailed lemur swings in to show its shadow. Do you think that one will do? Let's see. It gets misty like in a rainforest. Oh boy. Ooh, look at that. Do you know what that bird's called? It's It's a peacock. A peacock's shadow might bring spring. Let's find out. Wow, it's a tornado. The noise awakens the groundhog. Uh-oh. Here we go. Look, the groundhog has no shadow. It's spring. It's spring. How do we tell it's spring? Remember? Signs: the grass sprouting, the flowers blooming, the snow's melting. Winter is over. Happy Groundhog's Day. Yay! We're going to do a little song called I'm a Little Cloud, and it goes to the tune of I'm a Little Teapot. So we're going to be a little cloud, so let's make a big round cloud. So this is how it goes. I'm a little cloud in the sky. You can find me way up high. Can you reach all the way on your tippy toes? Way up high. Sometimes I'm puffy, sometimes I'm stretched out. I just love to float about. Can you float about like a cloud? Good job. Let's try it again. You ready? I'm a little cloud in the sky. You can find me way up high. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Sometimes I'm puffy, sometimes stretched out. I just love to float about. Good job. This magnetic story is based off of a book called Huff and Puff on Groundhog Day. And the book is by Jean Warren. And this is a little bit of a shortened version of the story. So this is how it goes. Huff and Puff are clouds. So here they are. Huff and Puff, one winter's day, floated past where groundhogs stay. They saw a hole, see the hole behind them, and peeked inside. Look, a groundhog, they both cried. The groundhog knew that it was time to begin her yearly climb. Up, up, up she went to the top, but suddenly she had to stop. Oh dear me, she started to cry. I see the sun up in the sky. Boo hoo hoo, what can I do? If I go out, my shadow will too. Huff and Puff heard her cry. They linked their arms and flew up high. They called their friends to join the fun, and soon they covered up the sun. See, whoops, let's get as much of it covered. They covered up the sun. The groundhog saw the sun disappear and knew she now had nothing to fear. So out she popped, this time to play. Now she knew that she could stay. The ground was hard, the day was cold, but she was happy and she was bold. She ran and ran all around, enjoying every sight and sound. She saw the early signs of spring. See, we have trees, crocuses and buds and things. Huff and Puff heard her sigh. I have such good friends in the sky. Thank you for my early fling. Thank you for this lovely spring. So that was Huff and Puff on Groundhog Day. And we wait for an early spring. We hope for an early spring. Let's do the banana song. So make your big long bananas and then we peel bananas. Peel, peel bananas. Peel bananas. Peel, peel bananas. Then we chop bananas. Chop, chop bananas. Chop bananas. Chop, chop bananas. Then we mash bananas. Mash, mash bananas. Mash bananas. Mash, mash bananas. Then we eat bananas. Eat, eat bananas. Eat bananas. Eat, eat bananas. Then you get down low and you go bananas. Good job. Natasha wings the night before Groundhog Day. "'Twas the night before Groundhog Day, and all through the town, everyone was waiting for tomorrow's countdown. Because in the morning, when we all come together, a groundhog will wake up and forecast the weather." Oops. "If it's a bright sunny day, his shadow he'll see. That means 6 more weeks of winter there'll be. But if it's cloudy and gray, his shadow won't appear. That's what I'm hoping for. It means spring will be here. At school, we did crafts in our art classes. We made groundhog masks. Mine had a bow tie and glasses. We made pop-up puppets with flat sticks and cups. We learned baby groundhogs are called cubs, kits, or pups. We studied our climate plus the 4 seasons. The weather changes for all kinds of reasons. Then we all voted on what news the groundhog would bring. Everyone but one boy said there'd be an early spring. What do you hope for? Do you hope for an early spring, or maybe you like winter? You want more? You want 6 more weeks of winter? What would your vote be? I like winter, said Paul. I'm crazy for snow. Not me, I told him. The cold weather has to go. I feel the same way. Oops. At home after dinner, we baked special cupcakes. I added on frosting and coconut flakes. What does it look like? Looks like a groundhog. We hung our wool hats and on hooks with great care. We'll be ready to celebrate come foul weather or fair. That night I burrowed all snug in my bed while visions of groundhogs danced in my head. It's early in the morning. At last, Groundhog Day. It's not sunny at all, but will the clouds stay? My family bundles up and heads to town square, where a crowd's already gathering. There's music in the air. The band starts playing a Groundhog Day song. When it comes to the chorus, the crowd sings along. I look up at the sky. Oh no, the sun's coming out. Come back, clouds, I beg with a shout. Excuse me, says a news reporter. What's your prediction? Spring, and he says, no winter. He reports, we have a contradiction. Grown-ups in top hats soon appear on the stage. The mayor reads a proclamation from a fancy scrolled page. Then we all begin counting backward from 10, waiting for the groundhog to pop out of his den. The crowd loudly chants, "Wake up from your nap!" The mayor waves her cane and gives the den a good tap. Let's see, what do you think it's going to be? When what to our eyes should appear at last, but the official predictor to make his forecast. His eyes so sleepy, his cheeks so round, he finally climbs out from under the ground. Does he see his shadow? The world wants to know. Will it be spring or 6 weeks of snow? What do you think? They don't show it. Do you see a shadow? I don't know. I don't really see a shadow. Maybe a little tiny bit. We'll never know. And that's the end of the night before Groundhog Day. All right, let's do another song, kind of like the I'm a Little Cloud, but this is I'm a Little Groundhog. So it's to the tune of I'm a Little Teapot again, but this is how it goes. I'm a little groundhog, furry and brown. Let's pretend like you're popping your head out. I pop my head out and look around. But if I see my shadow, I'll go back down or down for 6 more weeks of winter underground. So let's try it if it's spring, okay? So I'm a little groundhog, furry and brown. I pop my head out and look around. If I don't see my shadow, I'll stay out here and you'll have spring early this year. Good job. This next magnetic story is about a groundhog who was a little afraid to come out and see his shadow. So let's see how this one goes. Groundhog's Day had finally arrived, and the little groundhog was ready to pop out of his hole for the very first time. The trouble was that he was afraid to pop out of his hole because everything scared him. His mother had told him if he popped out and saw the shape of a groundhog, he had to come back in and hurry back to bed. So little groundhog mustered his courage and stuck his little head out of the hole. Here he comes. Oh no! Let's see. Whoops. Oh no! Is that a groundhog? Is that a groundhog? No. Scared little groundhog popped back into the hole. There he goes. It didn't look like a groundhog. Maybe he should check again. It wasn't a groundhog, wasn't it? Let's see. Let's see. He's going to try again. Here he comes. Gonna pop out. Oh no! Is that a groundhog? Is it a groundhog? No, what is that? It's a bird, yeah. Little groundhog was so afraid, he climbed back down into his hole. There he goes. It didn't look like a groundhog, but maybe he should check again. Let's see. He's going to try again. Ready? Little groundhog popped up. Oh, is that a groundhog? No. What is it? It's a butterfly, not a groundhog, so he decided to go back down. He's a little scared of that butterfly too. He thought he should try again. Let's see. Here he comes. What does he see? Oh no, is that a monster? Is that a monster? No. Is it a groundhog? No, what is that? It's a dinosaur. Little groundhog was so scared he popped back down in his hole. He thought maybe he should try one last time. He crouched down really low. He got up as fast as he could. And is that a groundhog? It is, but oh, little groundhog says, a monster! Oh, and he got scared and he crawled back down in his hole. Was that a monster? No, that was his shadow, but he was so scared he flew back down the hole and went back to bed for another 6 weeks. And that's the end of our story. It's time to say goodbye, and we say our goodbyes like this. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Give a hug, ladybug. Blow a kiss, jellyfish. See you soon, big baboon. Out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear. Wave goodbye, butterfly. Toodaloo, kangaroo. Adios, hippos. Better shake, rattlesnake. Be sweet, make a big sweet smile. Be sweet, parakeet. Got a truck, baby duck. Adieu, cockatoo. Got a scat, kitty cat. Hit the trail, tiny snail. Gonna scram, little lamb. Can't stay, blue jay. Have to bail, big blue whale. And bye for now, big brown cow. See you next time. Have a good week.